Hey, what's up? Okay, so today what I'm going to show you is how we can use AI avatars to create a sort of multi-scene approach when we're creating videos. Now, this is, for anyone who hasn't done this, it will make complete sense when I show it to you, because you've probably experienced this. You see an AI avatar ad or short form piece of content and you're like, oh yeah, they're kind of doing the same thing with the hands all the time. But there's a way to kind of break that up. Now, if you're using HeyGen, you may have seen the notification of their Avatar 5, Avatar V algorithm, as well as a launch of Seedance 2.0, which is ByteDance's generative AI model, which you can use if you've got a digital twin, meaning you've cloned yourself, you put yourself in HeyGen, you can use it there. But for what we're doing here, we can't do that. So we're going to come up with a way to create something that maybe doesn't have as much movement, but offers several different settings of the same character so that it's more interesting to the viewer and less AI-ish, if that's a thing. So what we're going to do here is we've created a individual or a person here in my background. You can see she's in 3 different settings. It is for a life insurance ad in the UK. So it is a mom in the park. She's next to the swings with some kids behind her. She's on a park bench and she's standing in front of the swing set. All the same setting. How we created this was using Flux and Flux Context. Flux is the image generation tool that we did the prompt with to create the original image, which is actually this. And then from there, we then used Flux Context, which is another model of Flux. Let's see if I say Flux anymore, F-L-U-X, to put in the original image, drag it in, and then say, okay, create this woman again, but now she's standing with her arms crossed. Create this woman again, now she's standing, or she's sitting at a bench wearing the same thing. And we actually did another iteration of her, which I'll show you in a moment, which is her on her mobile phone, looking like she's filling out a form or sending a text. So here's how we put this together. There's going to be 3 pieces that we need to think about, and we're going to assume you have a script already that you're using. So once you've got a script made, the most cost-effective way to do this is to decide where you want your cuts. Let me show you what I mean. All right, I paused for a second when I went and found the file I wanted. I should have brought that up, but here's the idea. So this is sort of our script we're using this. We've got our script of what we're staying here, right? And how we've got it broken down. And where I've got these little stars, the asterisks with VO2, VO3, this is where the voiceover cuts are going to be. Now, the overlay you see at the top here is our shot list of what's actually going to be shown during this. But what we actually end up doing is producing each one of these chunks of script on its own. Now, we've created a voice for an ElevenLabs. If you're not familiar with creating voices in ElevenLabs, we'll do another video on that. But we actually create custom voices for each of our avatar actors that we're using inside ElevenLabs. We produce the voiceover in ElevenLabs. Then we squish them together inside HeyGen, which I'll show you how to do in just a minute once you've got that voiceover script. You can, as an aside, use HeyGen on its own to produce the whole thing. You can upload the video, grab the voice. You can use a pre-made voice inside HeyGen, or you can also import your voice, import the voices you have in your ElevenLabs account into HeyGen. However, it uses the version 2 model of ElevenLabs to do the voice. The version 3 model, if you've been playing with this tool at all over the last year or so, is the one that allows you to use different tokens, different tags for expressive, loud, sad, whisper, long pause, short, chuckle, breath, actually annotating up the actual voiceover file to coach the AI on how they'll speak that piece of content for you, okay? That's why. So we create our voiceover in ElevenLabs version 3, download it. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second, and then import it into HeyGen, okay? So that's the idea. Then what we end up with, as you can see over here, is we end up with 1, 2, 3 different clips, which matches what we've got here. Voiceover 2, voiceover 1, voiceover 3, right? Then what we do is we literally just smush them together, right? Now first, let me just show you exactly what we're talking about inside HeyGen. My apologies, I said HeyGen, but what I meant was ElevenLabs. So here it is. So here is, you'll get your price today for cover. Come down here. I think this might be oh, I'm looking at Yoga Mom. My apologies, I got the wrong video up here because I got a couple different videos. A Yoga Mom and a Park Mom. This one. Here we go. Same deal, right? Here's our third voiceover. You'll get your price today for cover. Your family's worth it, right? So here it is, right? You'll get your price saver cover. So when you bring your script in here, you're going to select your voice up here. If there's nothing here, you'll click this tag. This will enhance it and it will add these tags. You'll have the option to keep it or undo. We generally keep it. You'll hit generate. It's going to come up with 2 versions, and then you just pick the one you like, right? Or regenerate if you get some errors, right? I'm going to pause it down here because I've already chosen this one. You use credits each time you actually generate the voice, but when you're doing it at this level, it's so little, it doesn't make a huge impact really on your overall account each month. We've never come up against cap. We're at $100 a month ElevenLabs account, I think, and we create tons of custom voices. We create tons of iterations of scripts. Just for reference, while we're in here, because not everybody knows you can do this, you come over and click voices. You go my voices. Now we've got a bunch of voices you can see here, right? But you just come up, you go create voice. I literally use whisper flow. Like I might say something like this. I'll show you if I wanted to create this person's voice. It might be like, a UK mum, 30 years old. She's at a park, so there's a little bit of background noise. It doesn't sound like studio quality. Kind of like it's been recorded with a phone. And by that, I mean a smartphone video, not like she's having a phone conversation. She speaks softly but directly, keeping not too much variation to her vocal tonality, so that she comes across persuasive and trustworthy. Her speaking pace is about medium. So that would be literally what I'd say. Then I click settings. I usually pull this guide and scale up. And then what I'll usually do is I'll put the preview text I want in here. Because if I don't, what happens is they give me whatever it is, right? So I'll just highlight this bit of my script here. And I'll put this down here. And I'll click generate. And what's going to happen is it's going to give me 3 different options of this voice that I want to match with the person that I've created. Now, generally, this might seem weird, but I'll bring up the picture of the person and listen to the voice, and I don't know, there's just something about it. I can match it. I'm like, oh, does this make sense? Does this fit together? I'm not 100% sure. And then if it doesn't...
No home visits and no medical exams. You can get covered from day one, even with some health... There's no home visits and no medical exams. You can get covered from... There's no home visits and no medical exams. You can get covered from day one.
Cool. Then once I click it, I just go select voice. I'll usually name it something for the project. You have to put all these values in here. You add gender, the language, the accent. You can add an age. I usually don't, but just you don't have to. Then I save voice. Then what I do, I'm not going to actually create this one as I'll come out here. I click on this. I go copy voice ID. And we do everything by voice ID. The reason we do it by voice ID is because when you're using APIs and things like this with agents, or even if you're trying to store it in a spreadsheet, it's way easier to be like, okay, instead of CD kitchen woman, it's actually whatever the voice ID is, right? So you'll notice here we've got voice IDs for who we're using. So once we create the ElevenLabs files, then what we're going to go over here, and I'll show you how we created these because we actually already did them, but I'll give you the general idea, is we go avatar. We're going to go photo to video. We're going to drag up our image. I'll just pull in an image that I've got here. Let's see in this particular. Let's go park mom. And we'll do the one where she's standing. We'll drag that in there. We're going to go upload. I'm going to go find my voiceover file, which is this one here, the voiceover one. We drag this in on top here. You can see I've already done most of these here, but just to give you the whole overall process of how it actually works from A to Z. And it only takes a second to upload because it's not a very big MP3 file, although it is taking a while right now. There we go. Add audio. Now, down here, I usually click this little advanced setting, and if you just leave it default, sometimes the motions are weird, sometimes there's no motion, sometimes there's just the head and the whole body is really static. So we do generally spend the extra credits here in HeyGen to get the more expressive motion. You can entirely type your whole custom prompt. I would say 90% of the time I use one of these ones here, right? Speaking in a warm and welcoming manner, friendly smile, open body language, invites connection, calm, composed, right? You can refresh it. It might give you some more ideas. It's usually based on looking at the person and then also listening to the voiceover of the scripts. This can take longer, but we'll select one of these, right? Then we just click go. I'm not going to create this again because there's no need. Now, other options you can do in here is you can type your script and then pick a voice if you wanted, right? If you have a previous avatar that you've got you can use, you can go script a video in here. When we're making content for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, like Facebook Reels, or ads, we're always using photo to video almost. We may be reusing the video or something like that, but we're almost always using the video. So once we create the 3 pieces, what we end up doing is piecing them together. And this is a finished project, but I want to give you the idea here. What you'll see down here on this timeline inside CapCut is we've got different, so you can see, so this is a version where she's on the yoga mat, right? She's still, there's some B-roll on the yoga mat, right? Now she's kneeling on the yoga mat. A couple more pieces of B-roll. Then she's standing, right? And then in here somewhere else, there is a shot of her, at least I thought there was. Yeah, here. She's actually taking, so you can see here, right? She's,
now, UK parents are locking in up to 300,000.
So she's actually filling out our quiz or assessment for the client, right? Couple other tips I want to put in here that a lot of people aren't thinking of, but you should do. We use Suno, which is an AI music generator. I make music myself, so I do use this a lot for demoing songs and things that I write on acoustic guitar or other instruments, but we also use it for background audio for a lot of these videos. We try them with and without music. Then we still also use either ElevenLabs, or I still use Storyblocks for this, where I get background sound. So for instance, in this one, you know,
suddenly stopped
I've got,
tomorrow.
Right here, this shot is 2 cars pass by. I've got the audio, if you look at this, pulled way down to about minus 18 decibels, but it's just the sound of 2 vehicles driving by. And then over here, I've got birds chirping because she's in a park, and it's changed settings kind of, so the cars might not be there, but now the birds are chirping. So all these ideas come together to make a more engaging video. I don't want to use the word authentic because it's still AI generated. We always check off that our videos are AI generated when we're putting them into any platform, but this gives it an extra little boost on what seems realistic or what grabs users' attention. So once you've created all these shots, as I already showed you here, I'll move my face for a sec. We'll go back over to projects. As you can see here, we've got these 3 shots of her done. I haven't made this video yet, but it's going to be the exact same structure. I'm going to download one at a time. I drag them all in and stack them up. I either make my B-roll in Kling, which I'll show you really briefly. I have showed it in another video, but I'll explain to you. Actually, I'm going to do something in Kling right now, just so you can get an idea of it. Just one sec. Come up here. This is replicate.com, and I've talked about this in other videos. Replicate.com is a platform that has tons of generative AI tools and models already embedded in them. There's a playground here you can use, like a web interface, or you can do it through API and JSON calls, which is another great way if you want to use agentsmake.com, N8N, or things like this to create lots of B-roll or shots at scale. So let's do an example shot here. Let's say that, and I'm just coming up with this on the fly here. Say we want to do a piece of footage for this mom that's in the park, right? And maybe we want to have a family playing at the playground, let's say, right? Let's come up with that. Let's put this here. I'm going to speak into my mic with whisper flow to give a text prompt. A family, 2 parents, a mother and a father, are playing with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, 7 and 9 years old. They're at a playground, a green space. There's a slide, swings, things like that. And the kids are playing and having fun, and the parents are watching. It's a sunny day out. You can see green trees, and behind there's some golden light coming through the trees. And the shot looks like it's been filmed with a smartphone. It's not studio or 4K quality. It's very candid. So we'll say that. I love to put that part in there about the candid and stuff. And now there's a negative prompt we can use inside Kling. And what I'll usually put in here is stock footage and 4K, something like that. Reason I do that is because negatives, I don't want it to look like that. And then I want my, usually 9:16, we're working everything, I'm going to do a 5-second clip. I'll just say run. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but I come over to show you this because I'm going to go back over for a second to talk about the avatars, and this will take 2 minutes to do. All right. So I digress. I'm doing these videos more to document, and I'm not going to edit them all afterwards. So I apologize if they're complicated to keep up on, but subscribe if you want to get all the content I'm putting on. Also, there's a link in the description of this video right now if you want to hop on my email list where I send these videos out as I do them if you want to be notified, ask more questions, get some behind-the-scenes content we produce with the AI workflows we're using. Back to the point here, though. So we download all 3 of these. We're going to then throw them into CapCut, stack them up. We're going to add some B-roll. I may grab it out of Storyblocks. So storyblocks.com is a stock video footage website, or I may make it with Kling like I just showed you. We'll see how that one looks. And then I often create some B-roll of the actual person in the video with them not talking. Like I showed you the yoga woman who was on her phone. I have one here of the park mom, same deal. I just got to find her here. Actually, it might be back one. Thought I did. Yeah, there it is, right? So she's on her phone, right? Smiling, she's just texting, doing something. We don't have to show that she's, actually out there filling out the quiz or whatever. It's just the concept that she's doing that, right? To give the persuasive push to take the action. So that's about it. I can keep rambling. Anybody who's watched my videos, I got no problem talking all. Let's just wait and see when this Kling shot's done here. It's not quite. I'm going to pause till that's done, and I'll show you how that can work. And then, how to edit with CapCut. Not going to show you that. There's a gajillion videos of creators showing you how to do that. It's super simple. Also, don't have to use CapCut. In past, we used Descript a lot. I just started to get a little frustrated with it. I found CapCut to be faster. But all these workflows, it's just crazy how they're coming together. I'm showing you the slowest possible way we can do it. We're currently working on some agents that are triggered by Slack that'll just go and do all this stuff. So what did it come up with me here for? That ain't bad, right? Pass is what it would need for a quick shot. Maybe some of this doesn't make sense because maybe the swing is too high and maybe it's on the end, but not really. No, there's the pull. That's pretty good from just a text prompt, right? And that probably costs 35 cents to make. So if you wanted very particular people, like age, ethnicity, gender, whatever in the shot, you can't beat doing it with this way because the quality now is so good. It's almost impossible to tell what a 4 or 5 second B-roll shot is actually from a stock footage place versus something you made with Kling or one of these other ones. And Kling 2.5 turbo for me, text to video, that's my number one choice for making B-roll. All right, ask your comments below. What should I cover next if you're curious on stuff or go deeper on? I'm going to keep showing my workflows as we go here. But this is a great way for using HeyGen to create avatars to get going on this. If you're in ArcAds or some of these other tools, I know they all do it, but I'm telling you, go into HeyGen, ArcAds, that's where it's at. And then using Replicate for all those other models that they give you access to inside ArcAds, HeyGen, Hedra, wherever it's at. It's cheaper, more control. That's my take, okay? Thanks for watching today. I appreciate you all. We'll see you in the next video. Subscribe. Ask me a comment below if you got one. Cheers. Bye for now.